Hello everybody, welcome to Nana's Journey, and this is exciting. We have got block 11 of Fat Quarter Shop's Designer Mystery Block of the Month 2022, and this one's called Seashore. The designers are Sherry McConnell by AntiqueQuiltingLife.com and Chelsea Stratton from chelseastratton.wordpress.com. And these are the fabrics we're going to be using. I can't give out the cut sizes because it's not my pattern, and let me get these cut out and then we will start putting the pieces together. Okay, I have all the pieces cut out. I am not using their measurements for the flying geese here or here. I'm using my wing clipper, and so I'm using the measurements for that. I have already marked the backs with the sew lines, and these ones as well. You can't see that one as well, but it is marked. I have my center square. I will be using my squared ruler for that. And then I've got these corners here, and these are the corners here, and I have my sashing strips that will frame the block. So let's get over to the sewing machine. Okay, I'm going to start with the little flying geese, and I'm just going to put these right sides together, and I'm going to move it up so there's just like a couple threads on each side. Okay, I'm going to cut this in between the lines. I'm going to press these open, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now you've got these little squared hearts, and I will put the other one on in this corner. Now I will cut these apart and press it, and we will have 4 flying geese. Okay, now before I trim these, I am going to sew the big one. Right sides together. Okay, let me get that cut and pressed, and I'll be right back. Okay, now again, I'll just put these here in this corner. Okay, I'm going to cut in between here, press them, and then we'll trim them. Okay, I've got my 4 flying geese These 4 flying geese, I decided I'm going to wait to trim them until after I do the square and the square, and we'll do all the trimming together. So put these right sides together. I turn it this way so that I can kind of judge how even each of these triangles are. Now you put it on the opposite end. Now I'll press these open and then we'll do the other side. Okay, I'll iron that open and then we'll get to the table and trim. Okay, we've got our square squared. We'll trim that first and then we'll do our flying geese. And I'll just put those corners, those X's in the corners as best I can, and that leaves me with my 1/4 inch seam allowance and a straight square. And now I have a perfectly sized units. Okay, and for these, I believe it has to be like this. I make sure those lines go right in there. I have my 1/4 inch seam allowance. I've got lines here. Just need to make sure that all of my fabric at least reaches those lines. And then I trim. I match these lines and that cross section there. And that is how those get trimmed, and I will be back when they're done. Okay, this is how all the pieces go. I will sew these 2 pieces to this. I'll just flip these over. I will match these intersections. I'll put a straight pin through that tip and through that tip so that they match up. So do the same to that side. Then I will attach these squares to this, these squares to this, and then I will add these rows to this so that it is all one block. Then I will add this square, these 2 squares to this block. Then I'll attach these to this, and then I will attach those rows. And we will end up with that. So let me get those sewn together and I'll be right back. Okay, here's the block all finished. These seams were pressed open because that's a lot of fabric in that corner there, so it'll lay flatter if you press it open. I've got the first row of sashing. When I get the last block next month, we will start putting on the second row of sashing and putting the top together. Then after that, we will put the borders on that are not with the pattern. That will be my own addition to the quilt to make it fit my bed better. And then we will quilt it. And I'm so excited. We're close to being finished. All right, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.